Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Lawrence Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are quite a bit trickier. They're smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 consonant stems. So if this is the word circle line, this is showing the vowels relative to that. And then this is very loosely the consonant stem circle and the vowels on that. So this is the combination of all possible teams of vowels and consonants. So here is the word circle with the 4 consonant stems, right? So this is a B stem, so this is a B. This is a J stem, so that's a J. This is a T stem, so that's a T. And this is a TH stem, so that's a TH. And that's repeated with all of the vowels in all the positions. So if we look at this one, this is an A by itself outside the word circle. Then we have a BA, a JA, a TA, and a THA. And then punctuation goes on the line of the sentence circle, which sentence circles go around word circles, and they can be linked together and on the line of the sentence circles where punctuation goes. So here's the period at the bottom, counterclockwise end of this last bit. This is a pretend sentence circle. It's just made by the lines of this H here. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about how this is structured. So this is the long quote broken up into 1, 2, 3, 4 sentence chunks, and again that pretend little one. So each of these are read bottom counterclockwise, just like each word is read bottom counterclockwise. So let's look at this first sentence chunk here and read through it. So here's our first word. It's at the bottom of this sentence circle, and this is the first letter of that first word. It's a small circle, so it's a vowel, and it's got a line going towards the middle. So E's have lines E's, I's, and U's are all on the line of the word circle, and I's have a line going towards the middle. So this is an I, and then continuing around here we have a shallow divot, so it's in this row, and this line passes through it, but it does not end on it, so it doesn't count. Only lines that end on the stem count. So that is just a T. Continuing around, this is a line on the U on this word. Continuing on. These 2 lines go directly to the sentence circle, so they're punctuation. So 2 lines means an apostrophe. So apostrophe, and then here's our last word. So it's a shallow divot, and it has 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that is an S. So I, T, apostrophe S. So its is our first word. Here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. Here's our first stem. It's another shallow divot. And it's got this thick line. This thin line and this thick line. So the lines, they can be curved, they can be straight, and they count when they end on the stem. So 1, 2, 3 lines end there. That's an S. And then we have a little circle inside the word circle. So that's an O. So it's so. And then we have our next word, bottom of it. Here we have a circle inside the word circle with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. Again, this one passes through, so it doesn't count. So that is an M. And then we read the little circle, so it's a vowel inside the word circle, so it's an E, I, or U, and it's got a line going outwards. So this line and this word circle, this line going outwards from the word circle makes it a U, and this going inward would have made it an I, but this is the line on the M, this is the line on the U, so it goes outwards, so it's a U, so it's like that. So MU, continuing around, here we have a deep divot. So this is more than 50% completed, so it starts to curve back in on itself. That's what makes it this stem instead of this stem. So this one isn't curving back in on itself, but this one is. So then we have this stem with 1, 2 dots. So that's a CH, so much is our next word. And here's our last word. Oh, excuse me, I'm very yawny today. Okay, so here we have a deep divot with 1, 2, 3 dots closest to it. This dot's kind of tricky. It looks like it could go here or it could go here, but it's a little bit closer to this stem, and there's a bit of a break between these two. So 1, 2, 3 dots here make that a D. So this stem, 3 dots, D. And then we have a little circle outside the word circle, like this, so that is an A. Continuing on here, we have a shallow divot with 3 dots, so that is an R. Then we have a circle inside the word circle with 2 dots, so that's a K. And then we have a open circle inside the letter stem, so it's inside the letter stem, so that's an E. So this stem with an E in the middle of it, and it can be anywhere inside the stem. It doesn't have to be directly centered, but as soon as it's touching the line, it becomes an O. So it is not touching the line, so that is an E. So KE, and then we have 1, 2, 3 dots here, making it another R. So darker. So it's so much darker is our first bit. And then we have our next bit. So this is the sentence circle. And it stops here. So it's this word, this word, this word, this word, and this word. So let's look at this one. Here's the bottom of it. And we don't hit our first stem until here. It's a shallow divot with one dot. So that's a WH. Continuing right here, we have the E on the line of the circle. Then an N, circle inside the circle with one line. So when, here's our next word. Even though it looks kind of like an E, it's a bit too big to be an E. So this is about the maximum size you'd want an E enclosed in a stem. Plus it's got this little circle, which is a vowel on it. So that isn't just the word A. So So here's the A on the word circle. So it's, there's this WHE. When A, here's our next word, bottom of it. 1, 2, 3 dots on a circle inside the circle. That is an L. Then we have an I. So unlike the U where the line's going outwards from the word circle, this one's going towards the middle of the word circle. So I, L-I, then we have a circle on the line of the word circle, so we're on this stem, and it's got one dot, so that's a GH, and then we have a T, just like this T, so light. Here's our next word, bottom, deep divot, and passes through doesn't count, this one counts. Passes through doesn't count, so one line counts, so that is a G. Then we have an O on the line of that consonant stem, so that's a O. E, circle on the line of the word circle, just like this one. Then 1, 2, 3 lines on this stem makes it an S, so it goes. Then we have an O, U, T. So when a light goes out, here's our next sentence. Well, it's not really a sentence because there's a sentence chunk. Bottom, and this outer line is the sentence circle, and then these broken up inner lines, it's just another stylized sentence circle. Here we have our first letter. It's a TH, no modifiers on that stem. Continuing around, here we have an A, and even though it's kind of between all of these words, it's a little bit closer to this one, so you know it has to go here. So THA, and then we have an N with one line, so this stem, one line, N, and then we have our next word, bottom, it's an I, because it's got a line going inwards, T, so when it, here we have our next letter, it's a W, 1, 2 lines on a shallow divot, W. Then we have a kind of a slightly larger than normal O. This is an O. It's inside the word circle. But I wanted to make it a little bit bigger so it doesn't look like mud or a filled in dot with this line passing through it. So W-O-U. Then we have an L, 3 dots inside the circle. And then 3 dots on a deep divot is a D, so wood. Then we have a B-E, simple B stem with an E on it. Then we have an I, continuing right here, we have a deep divot with 1, 2, 3 lines. So deep divot, 3 lines is an F. Then we have another I-T. So then it would be if it. So lots of little words in this. Here we have our last little sentence circle. These dotted lines, again, are part of the fancy sentence circle. And then this thick one here is the other sentence circle. And this line is just the line from the H. And this line as well as a line from the H. So let's get to that H. Here we have a deep divot with 2 lines, so that's an H. And then we have an A outside the word circle. Continuing on here, we have a deep divot with 3 dots, so that's a D. So had. Then we have the bottom of this word circle with our first stem here. This is an N because it's got 1 line on it with an E in the middle. So E in the middle of that stem. N-E, continuing on here, we have a shallow divot with 1 line, so that's a V. With an E on it. Continuing on here, we have a shallow divot with 3 dots, so that's an R. It's 1, 2, 3 dots, shallow divot. Never. Then we have a really big dot closest to this stem, so it's got to go here. So that's a WH, because shallow divot, 1 dot WH. And then we have an O. And then we have, no, this should be an SH. I forgot a dot. S-H-O-N-E. No. Yes. S-H-O-N-E. I forgot a dot because there's only 1 dot here. This is a WH because it's got 1 dot. It needs another dot to make it an SH. That other dot was supposed to go right here, except it's erased. I'm going to go ahead and do that like right now. And yeah, that's just going to happen. Let's open up this. So you're going to get to see kind of my behind the scenes. Anyway, SH, except this is WH because it's only got 1 dot because this is a WH. The other dot should go here. Then the O, then the N, then the E, then the period. But anyway, let's go ahead and wait for this to open up. Grab our little paintbrush, get it the right size. It's loading, so it's going to take forever. And let's open up our layers, modifiers. We're going to put that dot right in. Or do I want to make it a bit bigger? Nah, we'll just put it there. Yeah, that's good. No, it's not. We're going to zoom in. We're going to erase. Stop what layers it should be on one of these three. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. We're going to make that one dot into two dots. Boom. S-H-O-N-E, period, shown. Yeah, I can spell. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is the actual design now. Let me just save this and export it. And then yeah, so that's the design. It should work well. It will be intricate and big, but the quote is intricate and big, so yeah. And that's why I do these spell checks, because I mess up one letter on the last word. And that is that. Bye.